Can you think of a time in which someone has given you hope? If you can, I'm guessing it came at a time when you really needed to hear it. Now, I love sports and I love a good comeback story. There was a college basketball game played in 1994 between Kentucky and LSU. And Kentucky got down by 34 points with 15 minutes left in the second half and managed to come back and win by 4 points, which holds the record of the NCAA largest road comeback. Now, when Travis Ford, one of the senior guards on the team, was asked to reflect on that game, he said this. He said, "I pulled everyone together and I said, we're down 31 points and we're not leaving this building without a win. We're going to win this game no matter what." Now, I doubt a timeout in that moment to focus on X's and O's would have done much good, but Travis Ford understood something about people. That when the situation is horrible, you have to lift their heads first. You have to inspire hope. This is exactly what we see the Apostle Peter do in his letter that he wrote called 1 Peter. He was writing to Christians who were seemingly without hope. As a matter of fact, they were strangers in a foreign land. They had left their homes, they had evacuated their place of property because of a man named Nero, the Roman emperor at the time. And Nero, he hated Christians. He hated Christians so much that he famously started a fire that ended up burning down a good portion of Rome. And he directed all that anxiety on Christians by putting the blame squarely on these Christ followers. And he used that as an excuse to round up Christians and torture them. See, life was trending in the wrong direction. Their nightly news was horrible, and as you can imagine, this caused a lot of Christians just to leave Rome, leave their houses, leave everything that they knew. They were strangers in a foreign land, literally running for their life and searching for meaning and any source of hope. So Peter writes this letter, and this letter is then taken to all the churches around the Middle East. And someone would get this letter, they would stand up in front of the congregation, and this is what they would read in chapter 1. They would read, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead and into an inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade. This inheritance is kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power until the coming of salvation that is ready to be revealed in the last time. In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief and all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." See, Peter understood something about people. When the situation is horrible, you have to lift their heads first. You have to remind them that whatever inheritance has been lost on earth isn't lost in heaven. That the grief they experienced will result in praise and glory. That the hope that they have is a living hope. Did you catch that? The hope that they have is a living hope. Not only do they have hope, not only do we have hope, but we have hope that Peter calls a living hope. Now, this isn't wishful thinking. It's active and breathing and enduring and will never fade no matter what. When you think of the hope that you have, are those the characteristics that define your hope? See, our hope is alive, and it's alive because Jesus is alive.